Court intern remanded for sharing records about Bobi Wine case without permission. And they have it here. I will show you here. According to sources at police and court, Lakers charges reportedly stem from the sharing of a court recording indicating that Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, alias Bobi Wine, the National Unity Platform president, is charged with making false statements. The offense contravenes Section 25, Clause 9 of the Penal Code. Few things really bring a smile on my face. But as we've seen what's going on in Germany, the attack on Don Sherif, the abduction of people, the targeting of Mwanga Chivumbi, the trumped up charges against his people, some of them 14-year-old or 16-year-olds, Museveni calls them terrorists. Despite of all that, listen to the deputy spokesperson of the National Unity Platform, who is in prison, what he's telling us who are enjoying a semblance of freedoms.
Uganda, stand with Bobi Wine, stand with NUP. We will win.
Yes.
We will win.
Yes.
It is a matter of time.
We will win. We will win. We will win.
We will win. Stand with the party, stand with the leaders, stand with everybody.
Yep.
Because we will win.
Yep.
We are not criminals. We are not criminals.
Yep.
We are not criminals. Criminals are walking scot-free.
Exactly.
We will win.
Have criminal muhozi Kinerugaba.
In this war, people power.
Our power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Kyagulanyi.
Our president. And yes, indeed, broadcasting to you from these United States of the America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're watching me and at whatever time you might enjoy this conversation. My name is Mordecai Murisa, and you're welcome to Mordecai Murisa Live. Exactly. I want to say asante sana, or thank you so much, or mwebale nyo, mwebale munonga, to everyone that's watching. My name is Mordecai Murisa, here for the conversation about the liberation struggle of Uganda. And I'm super glad that you're tuning in. I know I have so many folks who are watching away from Uganda. Many of them cannot understand our languages, majority of them. And I've sort of disappointed them in the past few days of past few commentaries. And for that, I say I am sorry. Some of these things are usually communicated in Luganda, our pretty much lingua franca, and I decided to do commentary in Luganda. So if you see me not serving you, it's not that I do not want to, but it's quite some work if you want me to do commentaries in Luganda and English at the same time. It's an uphill task. But here I am trying to put together my English to present to you details about our liberation struggle, the case against the Museveni criminal regime, and how they're embarrassing themselves, targeting Bobi Wine. Unbelievable. Why? Now, the regime has been, denying having interest in Bobi Wine. They've denied searching for him. And it is so sad of how stupid they think their supporters are. Because when the Ugandan police force is talking to the people or the NRM regime of Museveni himself, he's not talking to me. He knows for sure. I don't care. I don't buy into the lies, the misinformation, the utter manipulation and gaslighting of the nation. So he says all these, he spews these lies to his best. That really shows you how disrespect, how disgust he has towards them. Because he says, we are not looking for Bobi Wine. We are not interested in him. Yet, they target his home, torture his wife. They launch attempted raids or arrests, operations to arrest him, and they fail. They've been, I'll show you what they've been saying. Let's start here with Uganda Police Force. And I'm going to show you something interesting happened yesterday. You'd want to know this. So stick around. I know you've been watching for 3 minutes and you might be wondering, hey, Mordecai, you're here and there. Tell us the conversation tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the Uganda Police Force, I'll show you here. Let me read you here. This is the major topic tonight. They say a law student undertaking her clerkship at Gulu High School has been charged and remanded to prison after allegedly photographing and sharing information from a court criminal register without authorization. So what was this all about? Gloria Grace Laker, an intern student pursuing a diploma in law at the Law Development Center, LDC, appeared before grade one magistrate Miriam Amoro on Friday, facing charges under the Computer Misuse Act and sharing information without authorization. What was this information about here? According to court records, the incident occurred between March 6th and 9th, 2026, while Laker was serving her clerkship attachment at Guru High Court. The information she allegedly shared on social media reportedly revealed that the National Unity Platform president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, popularly known as Bobi Wine, is facing charges of making false statements, an offense under Section 25, Clause 9 of the Penal Code Act. So while they deny we're not interested in Bobi Wine, no one is searching for him, he can return to his house, to his home, while despite of the fact that we've made his home look like a garrison, it's like a military barracks. But you can come back, Bobi Wine. We've tortured your wife. We have the son of the president and the commander of our defense forces saying, I want to kill you, but no, you should just come back. Make it make sense. So when they say those words to their best, it shows you how they don't have any respect, not a scintilla, not an iota, not a minute definition of respect, because they know these are all lies. But furthermore, I'll come back to that story. Let me show you. This we're not looking for Bobi Wine. Read here. Member of Parliament says Kayunga home raided by military searching for Bobi Wine. They raid a home of a member of Parliament. Oh, we think Bobi Wine is here. Not only that, they continue to deny. See how they deny. No one is looking for or interested in Bobi Wine. Uganda People's Defense Force says that. Like we believe them. Like we even have any interest in believing what they say. These are the guys who said Nicholas Oyo and Bob Njaji, the duo of activists from Kenya who were abducted in Uganda. These are the folks who told us, no, we don't have them. Actually, it was this guy who said, you know what? We've checked all our facilities. We've checked all our torture chambers, and they're nowhere to be seen. Only for a few days, Museveni to sort of a vice signal in a very nefarious, evil-driven, boastful way to say, we've been keeping them. We've been keeping them in a fridge. Like, those are dog whistles for we've been torturing them. After they told us, we don't know. The Uganda Police Force, the Uganda military, everyone says, we don't know. See, we don't have them. Only for Museveni to say, hey, we've been keeping them and torturing them. So do we even have to believe them? Not even 1% of what they say. Then here, they continue to deny. Watch here. Military police have mounted a roadblock along Gayaza Road at Chitetika, popularly known as Kumbuzi, stopping and checking vehicles, both entering and leaving Kampala. Similar roadblocks have also been reported in other outskirts of the city, including Chinawataka. The purpose of these operations is yet to be established. And guess who is doing these roadblocks? Look at these pictures, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them. These are UPDF, Special Force Command, and a few other security operatives, sister agencies of our security, of our Uganda Police Force. And, they stop you, they check, they tell you, open your trunk. Not only that, if you got a helmet, please remove your helmet. Tell us, let's check if you got anyone, because they think that Bobi Wine might be traveling. And they were triggered recently when Bobi Wine told them, these folks have failed to find a man who is hiding in plain sight. That stung like a bee. Woo! You failed to find a man who is hiding in plain sight? Okay, let's be dramatic. Okay, and then you had the Uganda Police Force here. This is when they denied. We don't have intentions of arresting Bobi Wine.
As we speak today,
Okay.
there are no treason charges labeled against Kyagulanyi.
There are no treason charges labeled against Kyagulanyi, they say. But remember, at one time, Bobi Wine was charged with treason. I don't know what happened. At one time, Bobi Wine was charged with a possession of, of firearms. They said he had guns. I don't know how they disappeared. Oh, at the moment, like, we believe you.
But if they were to be there, it would be at this very forum that I would come and announce. Just like the way I've been doing it before.
Just the way I've been doing it before. No one believes your lies, please. Okay, let's go on and I'll show you more here. Ladies and gentlemen, as they continue to deny, this is what they did to the Bobi Wine aide, Don Sherif. They they figured that this car, this vehicle was at his house, and they suspected this is the car Bobi Wine used for his campaign. So they said, if he has this car, then Bobi Wine might be here. So what they did, they raided this home. I'll show you. Look at this. They raid. What sort of nonsense is this, ladies and gentlemen? Look at these thugs. Look at them. Look at them. Not only that, I'll show you more videos here. This is when they arrested. This is when they arrested his wife. They came in and they wanted to arrest him. They realized that Don Sherif wasn't at home. So what they did, they'd be like, okay, we're taking your wife. Now, that's called collective punishment. It only works in primitive society. Why you hate people as a collective? You'd be like, I hate the clan of Mordecai Murisa. And why so? Because Mordecai Murisa pissed me off. So I'm going to hate his wife, his brothers, his father, his sister. Really, how primitive must you be to get to that point? That failure to arrest Don Sherif, you'll be like, okay, let's take the wife. What? That's why I usually say these are troglodytes. And I don't take that. I don't take it back. Like, that's collective punishment. You don't do that. Not in a modern civilized society. If you're looking for Don Sherif, arrest Don Sherif. Then leave the rest, the innocent people, to remain innocent. Look, they decided to take his wife. Those are thugs from the military and others are from the Special Force Command, the elite security unit that guards the president. They took Don Sherif's wife. Now, what you have, because Don Sherif cannot return to his home, what you have now are the kids. Excuse me. Look at them. They terrorize the entire household. Look. Look at the kids. They don't even know what to say. They don't even know what to do. As these thugs are terrorizing an innocent family. And what's the crime? For their dad, because he supports Bobi Wine. Now, after arresting the wife, her husband is in hiding. The kids are now fending for themselves. They're taking care of themselves. Look at them. Look at what you subject these kids into. I've always talked about the tattoo of Tupac Shakur. It was Thug Life. And that was an acronym. He wasn't proud of what you define as Thug Life, but that was an acronym for something. For the hate you give little infants, F's everybody. The hate you give these kids. What do you think is going through their minds? Of what do you think is going to make up their psychology towards the Museveni family? What do they do? Do they think through these kind of actions? You subject kids to this, and then you expect them to be, oh, we are nice. Thank you for targeting us. It is sad. Anyways, let's go now to the conversation today, ladies and gentlemen. Court intern remanded for sharing records about Bobi Wine case without permission. And they have it here. I'll show you here. According to sources at police and court, Lakers charges reportedly stem from the sharing of a court recording indicating that Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, alias Bobi Wine, the National Unity Platform president, is charged with making false statements. The offense contravenes Section 25, Clause 9 of the Penal Code. In the Criminal Court Register, a copy of which was seen by this publication, Mr. Kyagulanyi is also facing charges related to making false statements concerning... That's it. I think I'll go look for the entire article. Then you have, not only that, ladies and gentlemen, not only that, that's not the only charge. Read here. Besides the Guru incident, this gentleman, Dr. Anyama Alfred Balina, says, besides the Guru incident, I have seen a document indicating Bobi Wine is set to appear in Adjuman Magistrate Court on 18th of March 2026. This is 3 days from now. But still, the police and the regime apologists claim His Excellency Bobi Wine isn't wanted by law enforcement. Yet the court case in Adjumani, which is ADJ Adjumani 00-CR-CO-0053 2026, proves otherwise. In Adjumani, I got to learn that members of the military and alleged state house operatives stormed the radio station that hosted him, forcibly seizing the recording of his presidential campaign talk show. Alongside the Gulu intern arrest, it appears Bobi Wine is targeted in every district he visited during the presidential campaign. And read there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Uganda versus Inzama Benson. Uganda versus A. Male Stephen. Uganda versus Honorable Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, these folks have already cooked up their trumped-up charges against Bobi Wine. Oh, we're not looking for him. Okay? So in their mind, they thought that by this date, they'll have Bobi Wine already in custody. Bad news for them. He said he will only appear when he feels like he's ready to. But look at that. How did we get here, ladies and gentlemen? Now, they say that, like this gentleman said, alongside the Guru arrest intern, it appears Bobi Wine is targeted in every district he visited during the presidential campaign. Now, ladies and gentlemen, almost everywhere he went, they're going to come up with, this is hate speech. This is incitement of violence. This is spreading misinformation. What else? They come up with all those funny charges. Money laundering or threatening the peace of the president. They have all these funny charges you will come up with as they continue to deny. No, we're not looking for Bobi Wine. Anyways, all that said, ladies and gentlemen, do not lose hope. There's few things really, I'll tell you, few things really bring a smile on my face. But as we've seen what's going on in Adjumani, the attack on Don Sherif, the abduction of people, the targeting of Mwanga Chivumbi, the trumped-up charges against his people, some of them 14-year-old or 16-year-olds, Museveni calls them terrorists. Despite of all that, listen to the deputy spokesperson of the National Unity Platform, who is in prison, what he's telling us who are enjoying a semblance of freedoms.
Uganda, stand with Bobi Wine, stand with NUP. We will win.
Yes.
We will win.
Yes.
We will win.
We will win. We will win. We will win.
We will win. Stand with the party, stand with the leaders, stand with everybody.
Yep.
Because we will win.
Yep.
We are not criminals. We are not criminals.
Yep.
We are not criminals. Criminals are walking scot-free.
Exactly.
We will win.
Have criminal muhozi Kinerugaba.
This war. People power.
Our power.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Kyagulanyi.
Our president. Oh boy, I love. Hey, They usually say when the song is nice, you play it twice. Now, I love those ones. Let me do it again. Listen here.
People power,
Okay.
not free. We will win this war. People power, our power. NUP
Everywhere.
Kyagulanyi.
Our president.
Mujja kukkiriza.
Mujja kukkiriza. I love that. Look. Those kind of things bring a smile. I beam with a smile because, I mean, that's what you just watched. I'm losing what to say. What you just watched is the definition of courage. This man can be killed for saying those words. He could be poisoned. I mean, he's in prison over trumped up charges. But despite of that, Alex Waiso Mufumiro says, we will win. And you have the husband to Swabra Owomuksa, which is Bobby Giant. He says, we will win. You have the likes of Olivia Lutaya, who said, I'm not giving up my right. We will win. You have the likes of Yasin Sechitoleko, commonly known as Machete, who says, I won't admit to charges of terrorism. We will win. Then if those folks who are in prison, who are facing hell right now, are telling us, do not give up, we will win, what excuse do you have? You who is enjoying a semblance of freedom, what excuse do you have? What excuse do you have? The only thing you got to do is stand with those people because they're dedicating their lives to save you and I. They're on a journey of paying what we call the ultimate price, the ultimate sacrifice. And I do not want them to pay that ultimate sacrifice, which is death. I don't want that to happen to anybody. But they're saying, we will win, despite of the oppression, despite of the repression, despite of the gaslighting, despite of the institutions all targeting them. This man says, we will win. Oh boy, Alex Waiso Mufumbiro. Look, I had conversation with him. I've interviewed him. I love the man. But this, what you did, you earn my ultimate respect, brother. You earn my ultimate price. That is an inspiration to me. Your words will echo throughout the world. In life and in death, people will remember what you said while you faced a nefarious, evil, grotesque, sick system that you said, we will win. Because in the end, light triumphs over darkness. Martin Luther King reminds us, and I want to remind you too, the arc of a moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Change takes a long time, but it eventually happens. I think it was Barack Obama or somebody who said, we have to remind ourselves that that arc of moral universe bends towards justice, but it doesn't bend itself. We do the bending. And how do we do the bending? By mobilizing, by strategizing, by marching and protesting, by boycotting, by speaking out, by moving on streets with placards, by speaking out and saying, no, we won't relent. We won't give up the fight for our rights. We will win. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, do I even have to add anything? I don't think I have to add anything. Allow me to say, it's been nice having you. Now, before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to 100 people who are willing to sponsor this show, paying 20,000 shillings every month. 20,000 shillings is around, how much? $5 a month. If you want to be part of the team, please make sure that you write to me on my WhatsApp and be like, hey, Mordecai, I want to be part of the team. On my WhatsApp, +1 712 303 7831. +1 712 303 7831. Now, we are around maybe 22 people. We are looking for how many? 78 more. Please come and be part of the community. I would truly appreciate it. With that said, this is Omuteketeke, Omugalatia, Owechitibwa, Mr. President, Mordecai Morisa live, and I say to you, you have yourself a wonderful day. see you.
Did you enjoy what you just watched?
I'm sure they did.
I'm going to guess that you did. How about you consider subscribing to Mordecai Marissa Live YouTube channel? Thank you.